Well, hello everybody and welcome to Lunchbreak Live, real talk about obesity, food addiction, recovery, and what's really eating you. I am Cari de la Cruz, here with you, but I'm not sure if you're here with me yet. Oh, Jessica, you're here. Oh gosh, honey, I'm praying for you and your hubby, you know that, all right? Thank you for being here. And who else? Marcus, all the way from New Zealand. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. The water's fine, everybody. Welcome. All right, who else? Nancy. All right. I love seeing people filing in, these familiar faces. Thank you guys for being here. Hey. Hey, Jerry. Now, listen, I don't know if my mama's going to make it. She had another appointment. It's a busy week for her. Hey, Sarah. Hi. And so I'm not sure if she's going to be here to be the Walmart greeter and welcome you all in. Hi, Rebecca. Come on in. So I'm going to have to do her job. And hey, Steve, great. Glad you could join me. I'm going to have to do her job of welcoming everybody in, okay, because she's not here to do it. But maybe she'll be able to jump in if she gets back in the saddle in enough time. So listen, guys, before I get started, well, let me announce the name of the show and then I'll have a little aside for you and then I'll come back and talk about the show. Today's show is called Own Your Own Crap, but don't rub your nose in it. All right. So we will talk a little bit more about that. Hey, I'm really glad that you're here, Rebecca. So, but before I do, I had the opportunity to be with support group, my home turf yesterday, last night actually, because I had gone to visit my bariatric surgeon. And in follow-up, as I mentioned, to the endoscopy that I had, and I just needed him to confirm for me what had happened, and he did. And he checked me out, and he said, 2 thumbs way up, looking great, doing great, awesome, right on. So clean bill of health, checked off that checkbox, all right? So while I was there, of course, it's in the same, on the same campus as bariatric support group. So I hung around. Now, I was thinking I was going to have like an hour to burn, but I had like 2 hours to burn. So I'm like, oh. And I don't do well, like just sitting there doing nothing. And I kept trying to talk to myself going, Cari, just sit still. Just sit still. My legs are moving right now just thinking about it. Just sit still, Cari. Just, you know what? Enjoy this time. You don't have to do anything. Really, just sit there and relax. My legs are jiggling right now. I'm telling you, I cannot stand downtime. Anyway, I managed to survive, and I got to be there and spend some time with some of my friends and maybe make new friends. But listen, this is the important part. I know some of you viewers were there and you didn't come up to me and say hi. Why does this matter? I am not aloof or snobbish or standoffish. I am blind and oblivious and shy. And in my defense, you guys see my face every day, but I only see your names and like a little bitty profile pic, which is often a fuzzy kitty. It's not even your face. So I don't know you guys. I mean, like I know you, but I can't put you together with like a full-size version of yourself when I am just looking at this little itty bitty thing on my phone. So I wish you guys would walk up to me and just let me know. Say, hey, Cari, snap out of it. I am fill in the blank, okay? And I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's you. Hi. That's what I'll do, all right? Next time. So anyway, if you were there and you didn't come up to me last night and say hi, well, that's on you. I am not owning that. So anyway, I just thought I should get that out there. I have no idea why. Why is that at the top? I don't know. Next on the list, today's topic. Now, I got to put my glasses on. Hi, Mom, you made it. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. See, I was just chit-chatting. I didn't even get into the meat of it yet. So, all right. So anyway, it occurred to me this morning while I was getting ready that we have been doing a lot of really good, hard work on the show. We have been digging deep and we have been unearthing stuff that maybe we didn't want to know about ourselves. Maybe we were in denial about stuff that's really hard to accept, okay? And I realized, that could be a really negative place to be. And I never want to leave you guys there. I always work very hard to have like an arc in the show whereby I'm talking to you guys, sharing with you my experiences, my past, and where I am now, and then helping you to get here, okay? I try to do that and never leave you guys feeling hopeless and helpless. But I was just kind of thinking that maybe you guys are busy beating yourselves up. Maybe you're busy now that this crap has been revealed to you by you, that you guys are feeling, like beating yourselves up. And I don't want that for us, because that's not recovery. Beating yourself up, not recovery. So that's what I want to talk about today, all right? So on the program, I share a lot about the thoughts and the feelings that I had about myself in all of the years leading up to choosing bariatric surgery to treat my obesity. Okay, and I've talked to you guys about the fact that I couldn't even say the word obesity. I didn't understand it was a disease. I felt that it was a character defect. I was beating myself up about it, all right? And I share about my loneliness and my worthlessness and my hopelessness and my depression, but that's how I felt then. That's not how I feel now. And I also share about the really horrible choices that I made. I share those with you because I want you to know the reality, what paves the way for recovery. And mostly I share about my recovery. That's the whole purpose of this show. It's about recovery. And guess what? Recovery requires me to accept my past so that I can live a peaceful present. Do you see? Okay? That's why I talk about it. Not because I'm living there, but because I'm explaining to you what I had to learn to accept about myself. And I think that message gets lost sometimes when people are busy identifying with me, right? You guys are sitting there going, yeah, oh my gosh, me too, oh, I get that, right? But the me too, I want it to follow the positive life lesson, not just the negative experiences. Do you see what I'm saying? It's really important for us to identify with each other and know that we're not alone. But I don't want to leave you back at that place where you're going, me too, I suck. No, that's not what this is all about. I want to put an ED on the end that says, I sucked. All right, but I'm good now. I'm on the road to recovery. Okay, that's what I want. So just about every day in the show, though, you will hear me. It's like a mantra for me, and I will encourage you to own your crap. I say that because it's a critical part of recovery, all right? But owning your crap is not the same as rubbing your nose in your crap or beating yourself up over the choices that you made, the thoughts that you had, or the things that you said. Okay, so honesty is about honoring the person you are becoming by remembering the person you were. And humility is not about humiliation. It's about peacefully accepting what is rather than fighting what isn't or what should be. So there's a very big difference there, okay, in this whole concept of owning your crap. There's a purpose behind it. The purpose is not because it stinks and you're supposed to sit there in the stink. It is so that you will realize how much things stink that you were keeping around. You don't have to smell those things anymore. You could leave them in the past. All right, back to the script. Owning your crap isn't easy. I totally get that, all right? Especially if you have spent a lifetime denying it, judging it, rationalizing it, and minimizing it. Of course not. It can be very, very hard to accept, all right? And I believe that the goal of owning your crap is to see it for what it is so you can set it down and walk away from it. So the goal is not to carry it around with you like a pile of dog poop in your hand. All right. Now, I say that because I was thinking about this. What do we do when the dog poops on the rug? All right. If you don't have a dog, you know what other people do. All right. We drag the dog over to it and we rub his nose in it, all the while saying, look at this mess. Look what you did. You know better. Don't ever do this again. Shame on you. As if the dog speaks that much English. Okay. And the dog, meanwhile, is like, yeah, that's my crap. I smelled it from like where I was. I mean, I know that was mine. And why did you have to drag me over here? And why are you rubbing my nose in it? Dog does not understand this. This is all about you. Okay. But you are dragging him over to what he already knows is his. I think the dog is smarter than us sometimes. Okay. Maybe you are picking it up with a baggie and bringing it over to him in his bed while you go, look at this mess. Did you do this? Is this yours? It stinks. That's really helpful. Really, really not. That is not helping the dog, and that is not helping you. And yet, isn't that what we do? And oh, we do it to ourselves, don't we? All right. It doesn't make a lot of sense, especially if you're a dog, and you probably don't even remember that you did it, right? You're like, oh, I thought I covered that when I kicked my feet on the carpet. I mean, seriously. All right. The point is, what's done is done. You can't unpoop it. No matter how hard you try, you can't, all right? The best you can do is scoop it, all right? You may quote me. You can't unpoop it. You got to scoop it, all right? And throw it in the trash. Seriously, that's what you need to do with it. Do not go back into the trash and dig it out. All right, that's just my advice for the day. You don't have to do that to remind the dog or yourself of what happened. Seriously, he pooped and you did some crap in your life. Got it. Move on. All right? So I'm talking about this today because I think it's really crucial to focus on who we are becoming and who we want to be. I don't live in the past, but I do respect it because it's a part of who I am today. Of course it is. It's what made me who I am. I remember it because I don't want to repeat it in my future. I don't want to do that anymore. But I don't beat myself up over it anymore because when I do that, that's living in the past. That is not living in recovery. I did that for a while. I believed that owning it meant that I had to constantly berate myself, like self-flagellation. I did this, I did this, I did this. Beat myself up, beat myself up. I'm bad, I'm wrong, look at me, I've got to own it. Okay, there's a difference. You know, someone, you know, who was very wise taught me one time that no. You don't have to live in that place. You don't have to marinate in that place. You don't have to, because you're just beating yourself up with no purpose. Own it, set it down, and move on, all right? In my opinion, which is all this show really is anyway, because there's only one person talking at you, I think it's hard to respect when you don't feel safe. So if you have always worried that you would get in trouble or get caught or get blamed, you're living in fear. And if it's not safe to own your crap, in other words, because your nose is going to get rubbed in it because you're afraid you're going to get busted, isn't your first instinct to run and hide and cower in fear and deny? I mean, the dog knows when he did something wrong, right? What does he do? He goes off and tries to hide from us. Okay. A lot of us react in a way that's like, I'm out of here. Please don't hurt me. That isn't mine. Okay? I mean, that would be our natural reaction. All right. Not safe to own our crap because we're scared. But I don't think that gets us closer to what we want. I think it just feeds unhealthy shame. And that's already eating us up, isn't it? We have talked about that shame, you guys, and we'll continue to talk about it. It's just eating us up, okay? So I think recovery requires compassion and patience and forgiveness. Be compassionate about the crap. Okay, the things we did or the things we thought or the things we said. Maybe we didn't know better. Maybe we didn't think we had a choice. Maybe we were scared, or maybe we just did it because we wanted to. Yep, there's stuff we do. We know it's bad. We know we're being bad. We know it isn't the right thing to do, and we want to convince ourselves that we can't help ourselves. Yes, we can. We just do it anyway. All right, there's a part of that in this crap, and that's why it stinks, that we were completely aware of when we did it, and we made the choice to do it anyway. All right? The point is, we have to be compassionate with ourselves about it, which is not to say we condone it and say, oh, that's okay, that's okay. No, I didn't say it was okay. No, you're not going to repeat this. We are going to accept something. There's that word acceptance, not condone. Accept something. What did I say here? Uh-oh. We accept, oh, there's a word that in my note. Got it. Let's start over. The point is we have to be compassionate about it. Hey, we all make mistakes. I'm being compassionate with myself right now. I'm not going to condone the fact that I didn't read that correctly. However, I'm going to accept it and move on. The point is we're not condoning the stuff that we did, the crap that we did. We accept the fact that something must have pushed us into it. And it must have been big or bad or something that felt that that was our only option, okay? And our goal is to try not to get pushed like that again. You know, that's our goal, is to not allow ourselves to get pushed in that direction again. So we make that same mistake. That's why we're aware of it. That's what we have to accept, right? And it takes time. This does not happen overnight. There's not like some switch where all of a sudden you're like, oh, good, owned it, done, moving on. You know, we got to process it. It takes a little bit of time. And that's where the patience comes in. Tell me, I got to be patient with myself. Oh, I used to beat myself up all the time for, you know, making a mistake, like misreading a line on a piece of paper or whatever. I beat myself up for that. That was the perfectionist in me. Now I'm like, hey, crap happens. There's that word again. Oh my gosh, crap. Why am I saying that? Because it's on the paper. It's the only reason I'm saying it. All right. Let's see. Patience, which apparently I'm still working on. But the reason we have to have that is because our default setting might be blame, and we belittle ourselves and we put ourselves down, right? We talked about this too. If we say we aren't worthy, then we're going to spend our days reminding ourselves of every way that we've ever been unworthy. Yeah. Just in case you forget how unworthy you are, you'll remind yourself. You'll dig it all right back up, okay? So and a great way that we do that, by the way, I have this visual I can't get out of my mind. We sit in our crap like a dirty diaper, like a baby. Yep, I did it, and here I am. I'm going to sit here in my pamper with the crap in it. That is not comfortable. Waiting for someone else to come around and change it for us. No, it's our job to get out of the diaper, guys, all right? I hate to be graphic. I really, really do. I'm not trying to be crass, but this stuff does stink. It really does. I don't want you guys to fall in love with this stuff. I do not want you to get comfortable sitting in it, and that is why I talk about it. I'm not trying to be crass. I'm not trying to be rude. You guys know me. I don't use, language, but I think sometimes the best way to cut through the static is to state the emphatic, unvarnished truth. Nothing cuts through the crap faster than truth, does it? So if crap isn't pretty, why are we pretending that it is? Why are we hanging out with it? We don't need to do that. Just for today, when you guys are done watching this show, all right, when I sign off, I want you to sit down and I want you to tell yourself that you forgive yourself for your crap. Whatever it is, you don't have to be specific at this point, right now. I forgive me for my crap. All the stuff that I did or thought or said, either because I thought it was okay or I didn't think I had any other choices or I wasn't aware, whatever it is, I'm just going to forgive myself. That's number one. Okay, the next part then is to write down the stuff you've been carrying around. Oh, I did this to myself. I ate cake when I shouldn't have. Write it down. All right, quit carrying that around. We carry that idea around more than we carry the cake around on our butts, okay? Because long after we've lost the cake, we're still carrying the cake around. All right. I was critical of my child when she was growing up. I belittled my spouse, right? I didn't make him feel respected or her feel respected. I cheated on my taxes. I stole from my roommate. Whatever it is, big or small, whatever it is, write it down. But remember, you've forgiven yourself for it first. That's a first order business, right? And then you remind yourself that you don't have to do that again. You don't have to do that again. I do not have to criticize my daughter anymore. I don't. I apologized for it. I asked for forgiveness for it. But don't repeat the same crap again, all right? You can choose recovery. You can, you guys. You can own the crap, and then you can set it down, and then you can walk away. Burn the paper. After you're done writing it down, burn the paper or shred it or get rid of it or whatever you got to do after you own it, okay? So forgiveness first, then write it down and own it and say, yep, I did this. I absolutely did. I own that. And now I'm going to throw it away, and I am not going to repeat that again. I'm aware of it. I'm not going to repeat it. I really think, you guys, that the goal is to focus on peace and joy of recovery rather than shame and pain of untreated obesity and addiction. Doesn't that sound way better than thinking about crap? I think so. So anyway, what time is it? It's like 49 minutes after the hour. Let me look and see what you guys are talking about out there just for about 5 minutes. Thanks for those hearts, Mama. Let's see, I've got to move my little, got to move my little rubber band up, thing that's holding my phone. Someday I'll have to take a picture of my little studio and you guys will laugh. You'll be like, seriously? That's how you do the show? Yep. All right. Okay, so I greeted all you guys up to, let's see, who did I miss? Okay, the last person I said hi to was my mama. Okay, Joan. You're one of the people. Were you at support group last night and you didn't come up to me? You were. I know you were there and you did not come up to me. And that's on you, lady. You need to come up to me next time and say, I'm Joan. All right, that's all you have to do. I know you were there. Hey, Joshua, I'm really glad that you're here live. I know you don't always get to join me live. Really glad that you're here. And let's see. My mom my mom is chiding Marcus for beating himself up. She's a mom. She can't help it, Marcus. She's going to tell you to knock it off. It's what she does. And let's see here. Martha, you're joining me live too. I think this might be like the second time I'm seeing you live. Freezing Toronto, Canada. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. It's not freezing here. I won't get into the gory details. It's just not fair. We pay high taxes and 47 extra cents a gallon of gas for it not to be freezing. I'll just say that. You don't want this. I am beating myself up big time, Rebecca says. Yes, you are. I happen to know that firsthand from you. So how's that working for you, as Dr. Phil says? How's that whole beating yourself up thing working out? I'm pretty sure if you've been doing it for a really, really long time, you have enough data to realize it's not working well at all. It's not helping you, it's not bringing you closer to recovery, and it's certainly not giving you any peace. So how's about you try something different instead of doing that thing, you know, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome? Yeah, how's about you stop beating yourself up and see how that works and say, hi, I'm not beating myself up anymore. Doesn't mean I'm not going to own it, but gosh, you know, I already did it. So beating myself up for it, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think I'll show up and be logical today. Why don't you try that? Because we already know that the whole beating up thing isn't working, and that goes for you too, Marcus. All right. Kathy, hi, I'm really glad that you're here from Elysian Fields, Texas. Start new today. Start now. Like right now. Not even just today. Like right in this immediate moment. Yeah, it is hard to hear. Okay, but let's not live in that place that it's hard to hear, because once you've heard it, it's not hard anymore. Don't you think? Oh my gosh, I just realized that. Once you hear it, it doesn't have to be hard anymore. It's like ripping the Band-Aid off. What are you going to do? Go back and think about how much the Band-Aid hurt when you ripped it off? No, that doesn't make any sense. What are you going to do? Put another Band-Aid on and rip it off? Another Band-Aid, rip it off? Another Band-Aid, rip it off? Just so you don't forget how much the Band-Aid hurt when you ripped it off? Because that's what we're doing when we're beating ourselves up. Oh my gosh. Think about that. Ugh. Silly. No more of that, you guys. Rip the Band-Aid off and don't be putting another one on so you can remember how bad it hurt when you ripped it off. That's just, again, you may quote me. All right. We do what we need to do at the time. That's right, Kathy. You know, whether we think we needed to do it, whether we really needed to do it, it's all about survival. You're right. Okay. And a lot of what we do comes from a place of protection. We're just we don't think we have any other options. Sometimes we just do it to be mean. Come on. I've done it. We just do it to be mean. We just do it 'cause. That's it. Sometimes there is no reason. We just own it and say, but I don't really need to do that again because that doesn't make me feel good. Not going to do that. All right. And I'm really, hey, Cheryl, you're catching me live. Yay. You know what? I'm doing like a little happy dance with my feet right now. You can't see it, but I really am. I'm so glad you're here. And Christy, you made it. Yay. All righty. So listen, guys, I am going to let you go. I'm going a million miles an hour today, I can tell. But listen, thank you so much for being here and for sharing the show. And I want you to know something was mentioned to me yesterday by a couple of people that made me really, really happy. That a lot of you guys are viewing, you're just not viewing live. So I don't see your name popping up. If you watch after the fact, I have no idea. So, you know, you could be a total lurker and I would have no idea that you're watching the show. The other thing is, so a lot of you are watching it on demand after the fact. Some of you are also asking for my permission to share this with your support groups. Absolutely. Part or whole or all or none, whatever. You know what? If you disagree with me, bring it up in a support group and say, hey, I don't agree with this. What do you guys think? Let's have a discussion. Bring it back to me. That's what I want. So that's the purpose of this. This is for consumption, healthy consumption. So bring it to your support groups if you like that idea and if that will really work. Okay. But here's the other part. Like, I think it was Jessica. You said that you sit in a room with a bunch of girls from work and you like close the door and you all sit and eat your lunch and you watch the show. Oh, okay, what that tells me is, yay, you guys are all making this a nice, fun, healthy habit. But there's like more than one viewer, even though it only shows one view. Yay! It's the little things. So anyway, I'm just really happy that you guys are joining me. That makes me really, really happy because that tells me the message of hope and healing is getting out there. And this discussion of recovery is finally going to start getting out there into all the little dark corners so that people who have no idea this is even part of the process of healing will be able to come here and learn about it and apply it in their own lives. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So anyway, that's it. I am going to sign off now. And I'm not even going to think about what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Hey, did you guys like my little video this morning on the freeway? Making it look like I was driving in Australia or New Zealand in a right-hand drive car. Did you like that? Hey, I just figured I was in traffic and wasn't doing anything else, so I might as well let you guys know that there was going to be a show today. I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun. Yes, I was keeping my eyes on the road. But did you hear the people behind me honking? Jerks. Welcome to Southern California. All right, I'm signing off, and I'm going to remind you all to have courage. Seek peace, embrace joy, and above all, live your recovery. Don't live in your sickness. Live in your recovery. Remember, you can't stop feeding what's eating you if you don't know what's eating you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Share the video. Bye.